Hey there, my name is Chris Acton with Acting Creative, and this is a handwoven experience, episode 93. And in this episode, I'm going to talk about how to match up your item with the right fiber. Now, let me be clear, there's no perfect formula here. My job is just to give you a series of prompts so you can think strategically about choosing a good yarn so you can get the results that you want in your project. So to make everything easier, let's start by being very clear on what you want to create. So go ahead, close your eyes. What do you want to make? How do you want it to function? And what does it look like? Once you are crystal clear on that vision in your head, it's gonna be easy to pick the right yarn for the job. So here are my questions for you. First of all, does it need to be washable? And let me clarify, when I say washable, I mean, can the average person run it through their washer and dryer and it still looks great? Because we all know you could take something to the dry cleaner. That's no problem. They're experts at that. But if it's something that's going to be used around food and drink or worn right next to the human body, you probably want those items to be washable. Therefore, that rules out certain fibers, right? So if it has to be washable, a cotton, a linen, a tencel, those would be wonderful. Stay away from something like a silk. So the next consideration is, how dense does your project need to be? There's a big range between the rug that's going to sit on the floor in your kitchen versus the light airy scarf that you're going to wear in the summer, right? That's a big range of size, of density of the project. And that is going to help you decide, how big is your yarn? Are you going to use a big fat wool, which would be great for the rug, but would be horrible for a light airy scarf? So ponder what your item, how thick it is. And that's going to help you decide on the size of your yarn. And lastly, think about what you want to look like. Sounds obvious, right? But what is the texture of your project? Do you want it to have some shine to it, or is it all matte? Do you want a yarn that has some slubs to it, or do you want it to be just fine and straight? There's all those kind of questions that will help you dictate what kind of fiber is going to be the best choice for your project as well. And as a little asterisk here, as you're thinking through all this, keep in mind that you have a warp and a weft to choose, which gives you even a few more options. So if you know you want your project to have a little shine, but not too much, well, you could have a matte yarn in the warp and a glossy, a shiny yarn in the weft. So there's all kinds of choices there. And I don't want to make it too complicated because I want you to get weaving. However, I do want you to keep a couple things in mind before you pull whatever kind of yarn off the shelf to make your project. And just remember, it's a whole process. Pick the fibers you think are the best for your project, get to it. Afterwards, analyze it. Was it what you wanted? Did it turn out the way you envisioned? If it did, great, keep that up. If not, great. Make some notes, try it again differently the next time. It's the long game, my friends. The idea is just to keep weaving. So before you start your next project, just ask yourself these 3 questions. Does it need to be washable? What is the density of the project? And what do I want it to look like? What's the texture? And after you filter your answers through those questions, you'll come up with just the right fiber for your project. I'm sure of it. All right, friends, have a great week. Happy weaving.